This is, I hope you all are doing fine. Okay, you can show me the comment section. आप मुझे comment section पे दिखा दो, है ना? ठीक है? Okay. This is the front page of our The Hindu newspaper. One important news is there which we are also going to cover today. उसको zoom भी कर दो थोड़ा. उसी को रख दो, बस वही स्क्रीन चाहिए मुझे, और कोई स्क्रीन नहीं चाहिए. हाँ, उसको बस कमेंट सेक्शन को जूम कर दो, और जूम करो, बस that's it. Okay, so we are going to cover this new Pamban bridge actually being inaugurated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So we are going to understand that in detail. Other than that, this is the QR code for the Telegram group from where you can access the PDF files, right? So let's see which important news we are going to cover today. These are the new courses which are starting at Tathastu ICS. So if you want further information, you can ask in comment section. These are the news which we are going to cover today. The first is there on your front page only. New Pamban bridge is an engineering wonder, that has been said by Prime Minister. The news basically actually cover about what is this bridge and why we have done it. Actually, this bridge is in Tamil Nadu. It is actually going to connect us from Rameshwar. There was an earlier bridge, but right now we have this vertical bridge here which can adjust its height as per the ships are going between it or through it or not. So it is a very engineering wonder. It is actually a mix of modern technology and the cultural heritage of our country. So we are going to cover that. Other than that, the second article is on your text and context page, which actually cover, can the US president serve a third term? Now there are speculation because something that has been said by Donald Trump, that Donald Trump wants to be there as a president of USA for a third term, which is actually not allowed as per the US Constitution. But obviously there can be some loophole. He talked about those loopholes also. Now we are going to understand, is there any kind of loophole through which a US president can serve a third term? Along with that, obviously, because this is something that has come up from US point of view, the same, what kind of convention, what kind of rules we follow when it comes to the third term of the leader of our country, that is Prime Minister of our country. Obviously, in our country, Prime Ministers, there is no bar or no limit up to how many terms a Prime Minister can serve a country. Okay, he can serve as per the rules which is given in the Constitution, as long as he has his confidence in Lok Sabha. So this is the only condition in our Constitution, but we are going to cover that in detail in this article. The next article is actually talking us about a study, and the study is saying that there is a particular drug which actually reduces the cardiovascular event risk in diabetes patient. We all know that type 2 diabetes, which is actually also known as the lifestyle kind of diabetes, is somewhat attached to these other lifestyle diseases such as heart attack. Now there is a new drug in the market, okay, semaglutide. So what is the benefit of this drug? This drug is actually going to help us, or you can say that reduce the risk of heart disease or heart failure among those patients who have type 2 diabetes. So this is a drug for diabetes only, but its extra benefit is that it is going to help the heart health of a person as well who is already suffering from diabetes. Our next news is related to the preventive medicine for a healthy India. Why there are so many articles based on the health or the condition of health in our country? Because today is a World Health Day. So World Health Day is a day, and its purpose is to spread the health all over the world. And obviously your newspaper today is filled with the articles which are related to the health condition in our country. So let's start today's discussion. Let's understand each and every news in detail. So the first is the new Pamban bridge is an engineering wonder, that has been said by Prime Minister. Let's understand the background here. So it is actually India's first vertical lift sea bridge. Okay, what is the meaning of this vertical lift sea bridge? First, I will tell you that also. Before that, let's understand where this bridge is. So recently, on Sunday only, Prime Minister inaugurated new Pamban railway bridge that is going to connect Rameshwaram Island. Rameshwaram has some kind of cultural significance also. Lord Rama actually prayed there while he was going to Sri Lanka to rescue goddess Sita to the mainland Tamil Nadu. Now, from the mainland Tamil Nadu, it is going to be there till Rameshwaram. Okay, till Rameshwaram. And after Rameshwaram, we have this Sri Lanka. Okay. So it is not a bridge between India and Sri Lanka. It is actually a bridge between mainland Tamil Nadu and the Rameshwaram. Rameshwaram is an island. Actually, this lift is going to allow ships to pass underneath and improves train connectivity. Now, let's understand what is the meaning of the vertical lift sea bridge. Special kind of bridge which is going to let a ship to move below it whenever it's required, so that it can adjust its height. For example, this is the height. If there is a ship and ship wants to go there, so it can disconnect. Like you can see that it is disconnecting here. So it can disconnect, and when there is no bridge going on, then these two parts they can reconnect and there will be a bridge. So this is also known as vertical lift sea bridge. You have seen such kind of bridges in Hollywood movies. Okay, in England you can say that the main bridge, that all those bridges are mostly these vertical lift sea bridge. Okay, and this is actually India's first vertical lift sea bridge. So that's why it is important for your examination as well. Now obviously there is further information about it. He is saying that this bridge is kind of a engineering wonder. It is going to combine technology with cultural heritage, and it actually replaces the old bridge which is also the British era Pamban bridge. Okay. Bridge is built to survive harsh conditions of Palak Strait. Where is it? So you can see that this is the mainland Tamil Nadu and this is your Rameshwar, and the bridge is going to connect these two areas. Okay, it is going to connect these two areas. And how we are going to utilize this bridge? Obviously there is a railway line. There is a railway bridge, a railway line over it. When the ships were about to move through it, then this bridge can open and it can pave the way for the ships to move along. Okay. It is actually being protected with this that kind of material, so that it can actually take the harsh conditions of this area. Okay, this is the Palak Strait. Right. Next. Now let's come to our next article. Next article is about, can the US president serve a third term or not? So we are going to understand that in detail. Very good article, okay, and very important also. So what is the story so far? Why this article is in news? So recently, former US president, now he is the former US President Donald Trump, okay, said he was not joking about trying a third term in the White House. So he claimed there might be a legal loophole to make it possible. So let's understand, what does the US Constitution say about it? Is it possible for a US president to have a third term or not? First of all, no. Constitutionally, we can say that as per the Constitution of USA, it is not possible. As per 22nd Amendment, it limits the president to 2 elected terms only. And let's understand when this particular amendment was introduced. Actually, it was introduced after Franklin D. Roosevelt. Actually, he served the 4 terms. 4 times he was president of USA from 1933 to 1945, which actually broke the 2-year term. 2-year term was actually convention which has been started by the first president George Washington. So he was the first president of USA. He was very popular also. So he served for 2 terms. When there was a 3rd term, he voluntarily gave up the 3rd term, and after that it actually became a convention in the US political system that a president should not serve for more than 2 terms. But D. Roosevelt was the one who actually served for 4 terms. But after him, to secure that convention which was started by first president of America, George Washington. So it was actually put into the constitution as well as per the 22nd amendment, right? Other than that, if someone serves more than 2 years of someone else's term, it means if there is a vice, for one thing is clear, that one president can serve only for 2 terms, that is for 8 years. But a president can serve for more than 8 years if he was acting as a vice president, or you can say that subordinate to a president. But if a candidate who actually acted as a president for more than 2 years, if he was the vice president, for some reason he became or promoted to the president's post and he served that post for more than 2 years, then his complete term will be considered as a one complete term. For a maximum time, what is the maximum time to which a president of USA can be there on the seat? He can be there for 10 maximum year, 2 terms, and the third term, which if he is serving for less than 2 years, or you can say that completely 2 years, then that term would not be considered. So maximum 10 years a president can rule United States of America, but not after that. Okay, so the Trump cannot be elected again. So this is the condition as per the Constitution of USA. Now, what is this vice president loophole? Obviously, one I have already told you. Now Trump has suggested a plan that he could be the vice president and later he can become the president. The same situation I have already told you. If a person, for example, this is the 4-year term, this is the 4 years term, and there is a president and there is a vice president. Now, for example, for 2 years the president has served, and for the next 2 years the vice president is there. For some reason, if president is not there, so these 2 years term is the one part. Then the vice president next time can be elected as a president for 4 full years, and then next terms also for 4 years, right? So it means maximum a president can serve for 4 plus 4 plus 2, okay, 2 for 10 years. If this vice president was going to serve for 3 years, then it will be considered as a complete full term. Then he can only be elected once again and not thereafter, right? I hope you understood this scenario. But in the case of Donald Trump, it is not going to work because he was already president of USA for 2 terms already. Okay, so he is basically ineligible to become president. If a person is not eligible to become a president, then he is also not eligible to become a vice president. So this is also the condition. So he could have been president for 2 years before, but now it is, even this loophole is not going to work for him. There is another idea which is being suggested by him only, that he can become the Speaker of the House and then he can become the president through the line of succession, or he can have third option, like he can repeal the 22nd amendment only, but it is very rare and troublesome task because we know that the rigidity of US Constitution, it is not very easy to amend the Constitution of USA. In India, it is neither rigid nor very easy to amend Constitution of our country, but in USA it is very rigid, it is very difficult to amend the Constitution, right? Now, which world leader actually have extended their tenure? So Donald Trump is not the only person who is actually trying to serve for more than decades. Okay, why a person wants to serve for more than decades? Okay, because he wants to take their hold over a particular area. For example, Vladimir Putin. Okay, so he actually swapped role with an ally, extended his term's length also, and he reset the term limit, and he is going to be here, he can be here till 2036. Okay, so he can serve for such a long time period. We have another Erdogan of Turkey. Okay, again he changed the system via referendum in 2017 to stay in power only. Third example, we have Premier of China. So again he removed the term limit in 2018 and now he can rule for indefinite period of time. So this is actually some kind of fashion at the world level. Okay, especially you can see the country like Russia, Turkey, China, the kind of leader they are having right now, they don't want to leave their seat for the other or next leader. Angela Merkel also for Germany, she has served for 16 years, but she is serving for more than 10 years because she is being supported by its parliament. Okay. Other than that, the leaders in Canada and Britain also have no limits. Look, in a presidential system there can be limits, but in a parliamentary system there are usually no limits. So similarly in India also there is no limit that for how many terms a prime minister can be selected. Similarly in Canada and Britain, the both work in the similar way like India does, right? So there also we don't have any limit, but in these countries there was already a limit, but they changed it. So what is the scenario in India? Why doesn't India have a term limit? Because our system is parliamentary, our system is not presidential system. So in our country, a prime minister can be selected again and again as long as he have the support of Lok Sabha, right? For example, Narendra Modi, our prime minister, can serve up to 15 years by 2029. Now this system actually, but our system is a robust system because our system is not the kind of system which can convert a leader who is serving for a longer period of time to become someone who is aristocratic. No, we already have the checks and balances in our constitution. We have the mechanisms such as no confidence motion, we have mechanisms of judicial oversight, we have free press, we have coalition politics, and we have regular elections. Every year, every 5 years we are going to have election. If it is in the will of the people to change a leader, they can easily change that leader. So this actually allows flexibility but still ensures accountability. So in our country it is very flexible for a leader to get selected again and again, but it is not without accountability. Okay, so that is the scene. Now let's come to our next article. So next article is about this particular drug which is there for type 2 diabetes. But as per the study, what is the basic idea of this article is that managing diabetes, it's not only about controlling the blood sugar in your body. It should also protect the heart and kidneys at the same time, because most of the time these lifestyle diseases, they are linked to each other. If someone has diabetes, he have more risk of heart attack and he have more risk to have any dysfunctionality in kidneys. So lifestyle diseases are linked to each other. So there if we are taking care of one lifestyle disease, then we need to focus on the holistic part. We need to focus on the health holistically from a vertical approach. We should not only focus to one particular disease because they are related to each other. Now what is the news? A new study, the name of the study is SOUL trial, tested a medicine called oral semaglutide, which is there to cure type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle diabetes. There are two kinds of diabetes. One is type 1 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is there when your body cells are not producing insulin at all. Okay, they are not producing insulin at all, and it is because of some kind of genetic disease. Okay, so it is not a lifestyle disease. In the type 2 diabetes, so obviously there is a lack of insulin. So lack of insulin, or your cells produce less insulin. Okay, insulin. And why is that? It is because of the lifestyle. Okay, it is because of the lifestyle. It is someone is a smoker, someone is alcoholic, so such kind of diabetes can occur in that person. Now this medicine was given as a pill only. Okay, it is not even an injection, and it showed that it reduced the risk of heart attack, strokes and the heart related deaths by 14% in these patients, in the diabetes patient. So it is a very good number. If the number of deaths are decreasing by 14%, it means that pill, that drug is working, right? Also the results show the oral semaglutide. First of all, it lowered the chance of serious heart attacks. Other than that, it worked even if a person is already taking the medicine such as this SGLT2 inhibitor, you know, the inhibitor where they can inject the insulin in their body. It is the first and the only diabetes pill in this. It is the only first, and it is the first and the only diabetes pill which is proven to protect the heart attack. So this is the first time we heard about the some kind of pills or drug of a diabetes which is actually helping out people to have a resistance against heart disease as well. Okay. Now let's come to your next article. Next article is again, because today is the World Health Day. Today is 7th of April. So always remember, on 7th April it is World Health Day. Why do we celebrate these days? Why we have particular days prescribed for these specific norms? Look, any kind of day, for example, non-tobacco day, an example, Labor Day. So these days actually signifies or tell us to spread awareness about that particular thing. Like we have International Women Day, to spread the awareness that women have right. Okay, so that's why we have these days. India wants to become, the article is actually talking about that how India can take care of these diseases which generate from lifestyle. Okay, or these diseases are also known as non-communicable disease. For example, dysentery, diarrhea, or tuberculosis. These are communicable disease, but they are non-communicable disease. They don't spread through any kind of communication through air, water. Okay, they are actually there because of a bad habits a person is having, right? Now article is starting that India wants to become a 5 trillion economy, right? But a silent epidemic of non-communicable diseases like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, stroke. So these are actually known as non-communicable disease, becoming a major obstacle. How they are actually going to, how can these diseases can impact economy of a country? Why non-communicable diseases are a big problem? Obviously, by common sense, you can understand that. First of all, you need to understand it is actually cause of two-thirds of the deaths in India. 2 out of 3 deaths are due to these lifestyle disease. So you can understand, if lifestyle of a person is good, then we can actually avoid these 2 deaths, right? So why do we want to avoid such death? Because they are affecting people younger than before. Earlier, these lifestyle diseases were affecting the people of old age, but now these lifestyle diseases are also affecting the people at a very young age, even those in their 30s and 40s. Even at such a young stage, people are getting heart attack day by day. So why is that? Because it is the change in the lifestyle, the way the people are living their life. This hurts if the people at such a young age, like in 30s and 40s, are getting, suffer from these non-communicable disease, then it is going to affect India's workforce. This is how it is going to impact. This is going to impact our economy also. So it is going to impact our workforce. If our workforce is getting affected, obviously it is going to impact our economy as well. As a 6 people cannot work at all. NCDs are estimated to cost 5 to 10% of India's GDP also, because these lifestyle disease, their treatment is very costly. Okay, because there is a disease, first of all, we lack workforce, and if we have so many patients, then we need to invest in their medicine as well. So it is going to cost some part of India's economy. Can you understand 5 to 10% of India's GDP? We don't even have this much of amount. We can't even spend this much amount to our health system altogether. So it is actually quite alarming. Again, the article is talking about that, okay, we can take the measures later on when the disease is already there, but prevention is the best solution. So good news is that most disease can be prevented by improving lifestyle habit, right? So this is something which we can actually do. First of all, we need to eat healthy, less sugar. Sugar is not good for your health, less salt and less fried food. Okay, first of all. Other than that, we need to exercise daily at least for 30 minutes. Again, avoid tobacco and alcohol. Reduced air pollution. For example, if the air pollution is less, obviously your lungs are going to work in a much better way. Okay, we can change the scenario of the lung and heart disease in our country. Again, get regular health checkups, especially from age 40 or earlier if there is a family history, if it is already there. So this is the best possible solution of such kind of diseases. Now the article is saying that this is the age of technology. So technology can also help us find it there. Now, how technology can help us when it comes to the lifestyle diseases? Smartphone and wearables can track health and remind users to stay on track. In your mobile phone also you can install such kind of application which can actually tell you to walk for 10,000 steps, or you need to have some kind of exercise so that you can earn your heart points or your walking points. So such kind of applications are there. This is how the people can be aware of that they need to have certain kind of lifestyle. Other than, we can have artificial intelligence kind of chips which can actually spot the signs of a heart attack or cancer through scans before even symptoms appear. So we can have advanced kind of technological chips also which can tell us in advance if if a person is going to get heart attack, even if the symptoms haven't appear. A new health first mindset is also we need in our country. Obviously we don't think much of health because India is a developing country. In developing countries, people focus more on earning money. They focus more on generating revenue. They actually don't focus on their health. But India's culture is actually, fabricated in such a way that our health was always a supreme priority for Indians. Like we have the yoga also. But with time, because the scenario our country changed, so our priorities also change. But right now the article is saying that we need to have a health first mindset, which is very important. So everyone, individual, companies and the government need to think prevention first of all. Second, the workplaces should offer health programs. It is also very important. Other than that, cities should have parks and they should promote wellness. Schools should teach kids about nutrition, very important. And the government is already working on national programs and wellness center, which is a great start, but obviously government can also do more. Government is actually doing it, but this is the something that is problematic, a health first mindset. So this is something which we need to incorporate in our lifestyle so that we can actually save ourselves from this non-communicable disease, or you can say that the disease which are there because of our bad habits or the bad lifestyle choices. Everyone knows that the smoking is bad, but still the people smoke because they don't have this health first mindset. If you go to the European countries, they actually are very much aware about this health. Okay, we think that nothing is going to happen. We have, obviously the smoking industry is also not going to help us out. So if something is problematic, it is very wise for a person to leave that thing. So this is something which the article is trying to say, because today is World Health Day, so everyone needs to keep their health as the priority. Okay, so health is something we need to put at the first. Now again, to sum up, preventive care saves life, saves money also because you need not to go to the doctors. It helps India grow also because it can help us economically as well. Even small changes like walking more, eating better can make a big difference for you also and for your country also. Okay, so this is all about today's discussion. I hope you understood the article. If there is any question, you can ask me right away. If there are no questions, then we can wrap up this DNA session. I hope you are reading newspaper also, and newspaper reading is very, very important. Those who are giving 2025, they can focus on more on their paper now. Okay, basic books. You can focus more on your basic books. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Have a very nice day and goodbye.